Hey, good morning, everyone. Sorry we're running a few minutes late. Technical difficulties, of course, with the Zoom. But I'm really excited to have everybody jump on today, and I really want to apologize for not being able to follow through with an actual luncheon. It just, with Nashville going back into phase 2 within the last week or so, and just this spike in cases around our country, we thought it was best to hold off and do another Zoom call. But I'm happy to be broadcasting from my couch again. And today I'm really excited about the content that we're going to be sharing. THDA's got a new suite of product offerings that Daryl Robertson is going to be sharing. And I see Toomey's on the call as well. So Toomey, feel free to speak up if you want to. Just a little bit about Daryl. Daryl has been an executive for the last 30 years with management experience in the Fortune 500, as well as in the real estate and mortgage industries. He was a co-owner of Covenant Mortgage Funding and sole proprietor of a managing broker of Real Choice Realty Group, both based in Nashville. Daryl currently holds the position of Assistant Director of Industry and Government Affairs with THDA and manages the customer account management team with the Retail Estate Advisors. His entrepreneurial talents and focused skill set have really made Daryl a big part of THDA. He's well-versed in all the new product offerings that they're coming out with, and who better to share those with you today than Mr. Daryl Robertson. Daryl, do we have you on?
Yes, I'm here. All right.
All right. Thanks for joining
Thank all of you for allowing me to present to you our overview of our new Freddie Mac GC program. Before I get into that, I would like to inform you that THDA has not suspended any of our programs due to COVID, and we have not implemented any new overlays. And the reason for this is because we buy our loans from our lender partners, and we keep those loans and we service them. So that allows us a little bit more flexibility that most HFAs do not have. Now, we have had a few changes in our DPA and our compensation. So if you guys will allow me just a few minutes before we get into GC97 to explain some of those changes. Now, if you guys would like to take it to slide 2, THDA program changes. The first one is we had a change in our rate. Our interest rate, which we're very happy to announce, has on our bond program has went from 4% down to 3.5%. Okay, based on this rate, the home ownership for the Brave, our veteran program, has decreased to 3%. So all interest rates locked received by THDA on or after Wednesday, July 1st, 2020, will be locked at the lower rate. All rates received by THDA prior to July 1st, 2020, and outstanding commitments will be at the higher rate, the 4% and the 3.5% for the homeownership for the Brave. Another change that we have, as you can see here, is in our DPA, our down payment assistance. As of July 1st, 2020, our second mortgage loan is now an amortized second 15-year term. It does have an interest rate. It will equal the first mortgage interest rate. So, for example, right now, our interest rate on our Great Choice, like I just told you guys, is 3.5%. So the second will now be at 3.5%. Okay? It will lock automatically with the first mortgage lock. Sale prices less than $150,000. The second mortgage loan amount will equal $6,000. So the DPA for under $150,000 is $6,000. Sales price equal or more than $150,000, that amount will be $7,500. Okay? So THDA second mortgage is no longer qualified for TRIA partial exemption. Therefore, THDA is discontinuing a few of our documents. So on our Great Choice loan, one of our three documents will be eliminated, and that's the disclosure of loan terms for Great Choice Plus second mortgage, and our good faith estimate, and our Great Choice settlement statement. The originating agent will generate the loan estimate utilizing their loan originating system along with other loan documents. And the Great Choice Plus subordinate deed of trust can be found on our THDA website. The third change I would like to go over is that we did have a few counties that had a decrease in their household income limits. So as of July 1st, 2020, Hamblin, Humphreys, Smith, and Weakley had a decrease in their household income limit. And I want to say just $200 on that, but I do want to let you guys know. Now, you can find those changes in our originating guide on page 10, okay? Now, this is something very important, I know, to a lot of you, and that is the lender compensation. As of July 1st, the lender compensation, THDA is changing the originating agent compensation for all THDA loan programs. THDA will allow OA to charge an origination fee effective for loans with interest rates locked on or before July 1st, 2020, and OAs will be compensated 1.75 at the time THDA purchases the loan. So THDA will continue to provide a 1% service release premium. So therefore, the total OA compensation is 2.75. So again, you cannot charge an origination or discount, but you will be receiving 1.75 compensation plus 1% service release premium, which comes to 2.75%. THDA will also implement a maximum of $1,400 for your customary loan fees. Okay, these are not limited to, but there are fees like underwriting, processing, administrative fees. Those are going to be limited to $1,400. Another change that we have is the extension of our HB certificate. Those certificates that a home buyer, a potential home buyer, gets from going through our home buyer education class is good for 12 months. Well, due to COVID, any of them that were set to expire on March, April, May, or June of this year, their expiration date will now be moved to August 2020. Okay? So no additional action are needed by the lenders, and they don't have to go through any refresher courses. So any of them that were going to expire March, April, May, or June of 2020 will now be pushed to August 2020. The last thing I'd like to cover is updating on our GC97 training. That is on the second mortgage. All second mortgage loans will close in the name of the originating agent. The originating agent will be responsible for providing the borrowers the initial loan estimate, the LE, disclosure at the time of application, as well as execute a CD on the second mortgage note and the deed of trust at closing. THDA will not have any second mortgage forms on our website. Therefore, OAs must utilize the Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac standard mortgage note and deed of trust. The late fee for the second is a calendar 15 days after the date the payment is due, and the amount charged will be 5%. That's on the second mortgage, okay? Immediately after closing, the OA will provide the following documentation. You guys will have to provide us with a full executed original note for Great Choice Plus mortgage loans endorsed to THDA, a copy of the full executed and notarized original DOT for the Great Choice Plus loan with all riders, and any assignments to THDA can be completed by utilizing the MERS system. The FHA loan executed legal obligation letter is also needed, and it will provide with the commitment issued by THDA. All right, so if you don't mind, move to slide 3. On slide 3, I want to show you guys where you can now find out interest rates. If you go to THDA.org and slide over to business partners and then lenders, the current interest rate box will show. If you click on that box, if you guys don't mind moving to slide 4, that will then show you the interest rate. It will show you the interest rate for our Great Choice program and our GC97, the program I'm getting ready to cover with you here in just a second. Okay? You will also be able to find, if you don't mind going to 5, our GreatChoiceMarketing.com will have our marketing materials. If you are a lender, the password is mortgage. If you're a realtor, the password is down payment. Okay? So, if you don't mind going to clicking through 6 and 7, it should bring up GC97. And let's go ahead and get started on this program. We're so excited to launch this program. We have been trying to get a conventional loan off the ground for several years now, and we finally have done it. It is a new Freddie Mac product, an HFA Advantage, that we call GC97. All right, if you go to slide 8, where the benefits, I want you guys to keep in mind this program gives potential home buyers access to another affordable home loan product. And although it is capped at 80% AMI for qualified borrowers, GC97 has a lot of added benefits. And let's go over those benefits here on slide 8. Down payment assistance is offered, and I will go over that here in just a second. It's the same as I went over with you a minute ago on the Great Choice, but I'll go over it again. The first, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer. All right? Again, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer. The LTV is at 97%. So that is 3% down payment instead of 3.5% like FHA. It does allow for MI cancellation at 80% LTV. And it also has charter coverage, MI, which is lower than the standard. Okay? It does offer a competitive interest rate. Today, I think it's at 3.25%. And I've already went over the new compensation on this, and I will go over it one more time. Moving to slide 9 to go over our DPA. So, like I said earlier, it is a 15-year term second mortgage. The rate is the same as the first. So right now, the rate is 3.25 on GC97. So the second will also be at 3.25. It is $6,000 for under $150,000 purchase, and $7,500 down payment assistance at $150 and above. That payment is roughly about $52 a month, just so you'll know. Let's move on to slide 10. And let's go over the compensation one more time. Again, there is no origination or discount on the GC97, just like our Great Choice. You will be compensated $1.75 paid at the time of purchase and closed and delivered within 60 days. And instead of, you will also receive, again, the 1 service release premium. And you can charge, again, the reasonable and customary fees, and they cannot exceed $1,400. So what this means to your customer is now that $6,000 and $7,500 will now be used for down payment assistance and other closing costs, because now you don't have to charge an origination or discount. So we can move on to slide number 11. These are eligibility requirements. We are only using the qualified borrower's income only. I know you guys are used to our Great Choice Plus, where we look at household income. On GC 97, it is our qualified borrower's income only. The acquisition cost limits are the same as our Great Choice. So it's probably around, in most counties, about $250,000. Here in Middle Tennessee, it's like $375,000. One unit, single family residence only. No duplexes, triplexes, or quads are allowed. If you have a duplex, triplex, or quad, you will probably need to run that through our Great Choice program. It is not allowed on GC 97. It must be owner occupied. It cannot be used for investment. And the credit score is 660 is the minimum. Moving on to slide 12, this kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at on our income. So give you an example for the borrower's income, qualified borrower's income here in Middle Tennessee is $62,400. On slide 13, that shows the acquisition cost, which again is the same as our Great Choice program. And in most cases, it's around the state's $250, like I said, $375 here in Middle Tennessee. All right. What we consider a single family residence is one unit primary. Again, no duplexes, triplexes, or quads allowed. Condos are allowed. PUDs are allowed. If you guys will click, you will see that 5 acres is the limit. 5 acres is the limit. And you have another click there, manufactured homes are not allowed. Okay? So let's move on to 15. Must be owner occupied as your primary residence. The applicant must occupy the property. And the occupant must move in within 60 days. If you notice here, if you click there, it's business use is not allowed. Moving on to credit requirements. The minimum credit score is 660. The max debt to income is 45%. Business has to have an accept eligible, and no manual underwrites are allowed. All right. So now let's transition into where we lock these loans. We utilize our software, which is our management software, which is Thelma. And if you go to slide number 18, you will see that you can lock the loan through the Thelma system, lock any time after application, okay? And you will receive a lock confirmation email. The lock period is 60 days, including delivery. And if you need an extension, it will cost you $2.5 for a 30-day extension. All right, so moving on to our Thelma hours. It is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So if anyone needs to put in information in the system, they can access it at any time. However, our lock times are from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you have any questions, you trying to utilize our Thelma system, please reach out and email to cssAsk@THDA.org. Again, that's sssAsk@THDA.org. Okay, so THDA values home buyer education. And like our Great Choice program, we require home buyer education for the GC 97. We're now in slide 20. Our online class is $99. The in-person is usually lower, so check our website for the cost and the locations for the in-person classes. Just FYI, as you can see here, there was a study done many years ago that had proven that people who go through home buyer education are 42% less likely to fall into foreclosure, and 55% less odds of first default leading to foreclosure. So we like to say that's their skin in the game. Okay. So moving on to slide 21. Our operations team's goal is to make sure that the loan process is smooth and easy. In order to do that, please make sure that your processors and underwriters follow this submission checklist and stacking order as it appears. That is very, very important. Also, same with the back-end execution, be sure that that they follow this checklist. This will allow for for us to meet our delivery deadlines and for you to be compensated. Moving on to slide 23. I'm not going to get too deep into TRID, but I would like for you guys just to remember that all assisted loans will require a loan estimate, an LE. Only recording fees and odd-date interest will be listed. And lenders are required to provide a closing disclosure, CD, at closing, listing only the recording fees and the odd-date interest for the second mortgage. Slide 25 is our, again, SFS. With any questions you guys may have, whether it's on our settlement system or just general questions, please feel free to go to sfs@thda.org. If you have any questions concerning our program when entering into your system, please remember you are welcome to call 1-800-FREDDIE. They will walk you through the process if for some reason you can't get an accept eligible. So feel free to reach out. This number here is very handy, and those folks there at Freddie do not mind answering any questions that you may have. And again, just remember our DPA has changed, and I like to open up for some questions. And sorry for the technical difficulties today, but I will be offering this class again on September 10th at 10 a.m. and also October 10th at 10 a.m. So, are there any questions that you have on either our Great Choice program or GC 97 or any general questions at THDA?
Looks like we have a question from Kim Miller.
Okay.
It's more of a statement. Thank you, Kim, it looks like Arch is going to be the MI provider on these loans, Daryl.
Yes, you can use any MI company for the GC 97. Okay.
Perfect.
Are there any other questions about our down payment changes or anything like that? Compensation?
I don't see any questions.
Great. Okay, wonderful. Again, I have to apologize. I wish I would have been able to do this in person. It made life a lot easier for me. And then, of course, we've had some difficulties where I couldn't go through the process myself. But anyway, I think we've been able to manage to make it work. So if there's not any, well, I tell you what, if you do have questions, please feel free to email me. You can email me at drobertson, D for Daryl, Robertson, ROBERTSON, at THDA.org.
All right, Daryl, thank you so much. And I believe your contact information is also on our website. So feel free to reach out to Daryl, me, go to the website. We'll get those questions answered for you. If nobody else has any questions, thank you so much, Daryl, for joining us and explaining the new GC97 program. I think you're going to get a lot of traction, in Middle Tennessee. So we're really excited to see that. And thanks again. And everybody who's on the call, we're going to start, it's about that time of year, we're going to start thinking about golf again. So we've already got an event started. So we're looking forward to pushing out some more information about that to you, and keep an eye out for more of that to come. And thanks everyone for joining.